Today we're making a chicken Kiev. This is my first time, so if it doesn't go well, you know why. Oh, look at that. And now I have no fingertips. We want it nice and smooth so the flavour goes throughout the whole butter. Garlic and parsley are like best mates, so you want to put them together. Some salt, a touch of black pepper. Yeah, tastes like garlic butter. Who'd have thought? Now we're going to our lovely free-range chicken. You want to make an incision that runs from the top all the way down to the bottom. So I'm using a nice boning knife because it's nice and long and thin. You want to insert the knife. You want to make a wee pocket for all that lovely garlic butter to go in. And you're going to try and fill it up. There we go. You can see it filling up. Look, it's like a water balloon. And now we need to pané. So if you watch the arancini video, you'll know how to do this. Panéing is a French technique of just coating something in breadcrumbs. 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 We're going to go back into the egg just to give it that extra layer of protection so we can keep as much butter in as possible. You don't want a spot where it's not covered in breadcrumbs. Not that you can see them. But that is our chicken Kiev somewhere underneath all these breadcrumbs. But I'm just going to set these to one side and then we're going to get on with the mash. I've made kilos of mash in my time. To make sure that you cut the potatoes roughly the same size, because if they're not the same size, they're going to cook at different times. If you cut them super small, it's really likely that they're going to get waterlogged. If the vegetable grows below the ground, it goes into cold water, and if it grows above the ground, it goes into boiling water. But while that cooks down, we can prep our cavolo nero. Just run your knife down the side, and I'll remove the stalk, roll them up like this. This is called a chiffonade. Now these have been cooking for about 12-15 minutes, and you can tell when they're done when a cutlery knife goes through them really easily. You see that? And because we've cut them all the same size, I'm very confident that all of them are perfectly cooked. We're just going to leave them for about 5-10 minutes just so they can steam dry, because if you can see here, they're still a bit wet. And we're going to let the steam from the potato dry them off, and then we can move on to the next step. To make perfect mash, we need it to be super smooth, and to get it to be super smooth, you have to push it through a sieve. Smoother than any potato masher can give us. These are the sacrifices you have to make really nice food. My girlfriend has mash and roast potatoes with her Christmas dinner. That's crazy. That is weird. And we're going to kind of melt this butter into the mash. Let it down with a little bit of warm milk, just little bits at a time, just to get it to the consistency we want. This is proper mash, this. I think it could take a little bit more milk. Season it with a little bit of salt as well. And things done. On to the main event. We've got the beautiful chicken Kievs. I like Tom Cruise in, what's that, Cocktails? That film. So you need quite a bit of oil in here. Quite an optical illusion, that. Look at that. I'm excited to see how it turns out. I'm going to lay it away from you. That's because if the oil splashes, it's going to splash the cameraman and not you. And you just want to cook those on either side until they're really nice and golden brown. I'm quite nervous, actually. just imagine all the butter spilling out and I'd cry. Can you hear that? That's all the liquid and the water from the chicken coming out and hitting the oil. Okay. So when you can hear that, you know that the chicken's cooking from inside now. So far, I think we're doing well. So now they're golden brown on either side, but they won't be cooked all the way through. So we've just got an oven here at 180. Place our chicken breast onto the bars, and we've got a tray underneath to catch any of the oil drippings. The reason we put them on the bars is because we want to have some space around the whole chicken breast, because if you put it on a flat tray, the bottom half of it's going to be quite soggy because you're going to have condensation, so you want air around it so it's going to stay crispy. While the chicken finishes off cooking in the oven, we can get on with our cavolo nero. So onto a high heat with a little bit of veg oil, a little bit of salt, with water in one hand and a lid on another. You pour it in and you let it steam. The reason you want to do that is because obviously oil and water don't mix, but if you pour the water and you're looking for the lid, then all the oil would spit up and you'd hurt yourself. So let that cook. Let him cook. The chicken looks good. It looks as though all the butter's kind of hanging in there, which is a good sign. Did I think it would happen? Yeah? Oh, God. That's hot. Jesus Christ. This is the moment of truth, guys. I'm nervous. Look at that. And now I have no fingertips. So that is my chicken Kiev. I know you normally buy these, but if you want to learn something new and test yourself in the kitchen, then definitely give this recipe a go, because I know that you're not going to regret it. Here we go. Oh.